And then here's an example of, like I said, you think you've got the close-up or the medium, just take a couple more steps in. You can really feel the difference when I go from outside to when I just step in just a little bit. It's really outside the action in a bit. And here I took a couple steps more in. Just do 2 more steps, and you're going to lock in that live action. The next one for the playbook is, this one was really hard for me to learn. Commit to your decision. You know that moment when you're filming 2 people talking, and then you get off rhythm, and then I'm filming you listening, and then you talk, so then oh shoot, you stop talking. And then so I start whip panning back and forth. And then all of a sudden I just go wide, just go wide. We have nothing. If I get off, if I decided that I want to listen, I think you're going to listen, just commit to it. Just move there, just hold it. If you want to go back and you catch the listening thing again, it's okay. You can, in a composed, commit to a little bit wider shot until you get back into the rhythm, and then move back in, and then move back over. Stopping halfway and whipping back is unusable. It just doesn't get used ever. And when it does get used, it shows. And you can feel, oh no. So the biggest thing is just commit. Because if you commit once, and when you're listening what happens, you will start to commit again and commit again. You start to build back into the rhythm. So if you're going to go left until you change your mind, and then commit to go right. But don't freak out in the middle of it. And so, I don't know what to do. Oh my God. Just commit. Just commit. I think this is a clip of a Starz Network. It's called The Chair. We were shooting the making of 2 filmmakers, vastly different, shooting the same script. And there's an example in this where I got off. And who's talking? I don't know. I'm a little bit off. She's talking. But I'm just going to at least commit to him listening. At least I have something. And the editor can cut away if they want. Or I got back on the rhythm of it. And then they're going to move on. But just commit. Had I just started going back and forth, they wouldn't have gotten any of the conversation. So that was a small example of just commit. Hold it, and then move on. The next thing is, a lot of times what happens, and maybe this is not so much in, this happens a lot in reality too. The producers walk in, they start talking, and then you're like, thank you so much. That's great. And about that time, and a good producer will walk in next to you, behind you. And there's all your listening shots right there. And you're just like, that camera was heavy. It is heavy. That camera was heavy. And then we're ready to roll, and you don't have any more listening shots. Now you have to dedicate someone talking. You have to lose someone, When there's a distraction, when a producer comes on, when something happens off scene, those are your little moments in time to steal things. Steal this person listening. What were they looking at a minute ago? So even though it seems in the world that you're in, we're on a break, we're relaxed, with the camera on your shoulder, you're not. Those are just save your little tush times to get all of your little inserts, to get those the reaction shots. Sometimes they will be reacting to the producer they don't like, and that's the perfect reaction shot. So when it seems like we're on a break, when the talent thinks no one's watching because we're on a break, go get them. Get them. That's why I've actually fallen in love with non-scripted reality, because it's fun. It's active. And by the end of the season, the talent's on our team too. At the beginning of the season, it's a 3-person team. At the end of the season, it's a 4-person team. And then it gets really fun. So steal during the distractions. Steal during the timeouts. And this is something that I have, it's what I call the Go Live Challenge. And it goes back to this endless supply of media that you have on your shoulder, that you're expected to sculpt and create and give these puzzle pieces to. How much of that tape can I make usable? How much of it? When I'm moving from here to there, do I just drop the camera and just run over there? Or what if I just kept it in a little bit of a POV wide and position myself over? How much of that can I make usable? The higher percentage that my disc is usable, the more valuable I am to post, the more valuable that I become to the production, the more my name gets said with positives instead of like, oh, she put the camera down. Oh, somebody was entering, we didn't see it. The more I can make my shooting live is just in general, the more valuable I become, but also the more story I can tell. And that is one of the biggest challenges. When I'm shooting, and this is also about how much can I make live, if I'm shooting this 2-shot over here and I know I want to come over here, it would be easy for me to pan, but if I want to get that 15% angle, that 2 steps deeper angle into the action, I'm going to move my body to my next position first. So instead of going here and then trying to scoot over, I'm shooting and I'm going to already get my first step in and then I'm going to swing over. It positions everything and it makes this to this usable. And if the editor wants to cut, he can cut. But if he doesn't want to cut, he can use that.